Welcome to 3 with Z, with me, Rob Kosovich. This is a podcast where a couple of friends get together to talk about pop culture and current events, whatever's on their mind for the week. Joining me as always is my buddy and my pal, Christian Z. Hey, Christian.
Good afternoon, Rob. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, Christian. How are you?
Good. It's been I'm having one of those fast 2 days off, where you have your 2 days off and it blinks and you're over and you're going back to fucking work the next day.
Yeah.
We were on, big shout out to our producer as always, Tony Walker. We were on the Knock 'em Dead comedy show yesterday. We had a great time. Check it out on YouTube and the Governor's channel.
Great time.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, we've noticed. We made an observation that Rob is better at 9:30 in the morning than he is 1 in the afternoon. But we'll get through that. You did tell me my face was puffy yesterday, which fucked at me the whole day.
I mean, it was a little bit. Should I have not have said that?
I've noticed that as I've gotten older. When you're not the first person to say that to me. That when I wake up, my face is puffy.
Well, I think the other part is also I knew you for so long where you were just always dehydrated.
Yeah.
So that, I think you just having like proper hydration. I'm like, oh, he doesn't look skeletal today.
The other thing with depending on what I eat, with this life struggle of celiac disease, like if I eat carbs, it blows up. I've been taking like a diuretic during the week to try and like even myself out.
How old are you?
35. 35 years old, buddy. But yesterday I did also make the mistake of because I was so tired. We came in here. That show started at 11, but I was up at like 9:30. I got the large iced coffee, French vanilla, light and sweet. Was drinking that. That wasn't doing it enough. So then I popped in the Nines Zins, which we had a discussion on the show about yesterday. Did you hear my stomach sitting next to? Is her name Fran? What do you say her name, Tony? Francesca?
Yeah,
Francesca. So I wanted to tell you now that you're not hosting this show. My stomach was. I had to shit water the entire time there. I pumped myself full of caffeine and nicotine. My stomach was he moved the chair away.
As soon as we walked out, the first thing he goes to me is like, "You think the mics were picking up my stomach?" I was like, "What do you mean your stomach?" Pumping
water through my large intestine, my friend.
Well, that's what Francesca said yesterday. Yeah. After you left. She's like, "You see the mess that fucking guy made?"
My God! And then. On top of it, so I went home. I just painted the bathroom, and then I decided. So I was gonna watch. This show's been on my queue for a while. The Offer with who's the guy from Whiplash? I always forget his goddamn name. It's about
I almost said Russell Simmons. Simmons.
No, not J.K. Simmons, the kid. Miles Teller. The Offer.
How could you forget him? He's in the best superhero movie.
The best superhero movie of all time. Yeah. I have another comment to make about it, a very similar scene. We're going to discuss that. But I want to watch The Offer with Miles Teller. It's a series they did on Paramount about the guy who produced the original Godfather and like what he had to do to get that movie made.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's been on my queue, and every time I pass it, it's one of those shows like you're like, oh, I want something to watch, and then you forget that it's on your queue.
Right. But, I mean, it's on Paramount. That's tough to remember.
Paramount's killing it right now with their catalog. They have a lot of shit on there.
I like last month I got a bill from Paramount. I didn't know I had Paramount.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what I was trying to watch. I don't know what I'm pretty sure I never watched anything on it, but I definitely signed up because I had big plans.
Are you watching your UFC stuff on there?
No, I'm not really watching UFC.
The top, I agree. Once they gave it to me in a form, I've had it already. It's like it took the desire away from me.
Yeah.
But so I go home to put on that. I was like, oh, I'm going to take a nap now because we were going to go to the movies at night. I got home we finished up around 12:30, so I got home at like 1. I don't know why this was so appealing to me, but Mario Puzo's Godfather 3, the recut, Francis Ford Coppola's recut, which apparently people said made the movie actually good.
Really?
I saw it. It's better, but I wouldn't say good.
Thank you. Okay, thank you for the first chime in, and it was fucking great for it. That I've never seen 3 before.
You just completely skipped it?
I've seen clips of it, and I've heard how bad it is, so I've never really gave it the attention it deserved. I gave that the attention it deserved. He's fucking his cousin the whole movie. All right, so Andy Garcia is Sonny's bastard son in this movie, which actually Andy Garcia plays a great role in it. I do like Andy Garcia. It's kind of sad that like it's a slept-on role in that shitty. The problem is the first two are two of the best movies ever made. So like the third one is never. You know what I'm saying? But he's in a relationship with Michael's daughter in that. And there's a love scene where they're making a gnocchi together in a kitchen. And he has his hand on top of hers, and he's pushing her index finger into the dough, and then they scoot it away. But she keeps saying, "I love you, cuz. I love you, cuz. I love you, cuz." And then he leans in and he kisses her, and I'm like, wait, did I miss? Is he not? I thought it was a plot jam. I'm like, is he not Sonny's son? Is it a lie? Like, that would have been a good plot, like that he's pretending that he's related to Michael and he's not. No, he's fucking his first cousin. The whole movie. Rob's going to watch Godfather 3, I think, from that look on.
Yeah.
Joe Montana is also not a, how do I say this the right way? That wasn't, he shouldn't have been. It seems like they ran out of Italian actors and they got to that point on the rank and they're like, oh, you know who shot?
Right. No, that's funny. I wonder if that's just always been Godfather 3. I've always put Andy Garcia and Joe Montana at about that same.
But no, I agree with you. I do agree with you.
I mean, I think I'd rather watch Joe Montana.
In this one, he's very good in the movie. It's like I look at him as like a TV movie actor in a lot of ways. Like he's great in Searching for Bobby Fischer because that's basically a TV fucking movie. But he smiles way too much in a movie that like it's a very dark. Like all three are very dark.
Yeah,
and I feel he's inappropriately smiling a lot in that movie. But Andy Garcia is also very much doing a James Caan impression. Like, it was very forced. It's almost like they told him, like, all right, this is where you're going to flare up and get mad, like your dad did, like your dad. So, like, he's doing a James Caan impression, which was pretty solid. But it was wild. I did like one of the lines in it. Two guys break into his house to assassinate him. And he has a gun to one guy's face, and the other guy has a knife to the woman he's sleeping with.
His cousin?
Not his cousin. This is when he was on a straightened path here. He realizes at some point that this duel back and forth is not going to go anywhere. So he just turns down. He calms down the guy that has the knife to the girl's neck, and he goes, hold on. I'm going to do something that'll straighten everything out right here. He turns, and the guy that he has the gun to, he just blows his face all over the mirror, and it terrifies the guy so much that like it brings them back down to an even playing field. But it was a pretty good scene. I fell asleep towards the end. It is definitely one of Pacino's worst acting roles. That's when he really started screaming, is 1990. And it put me in a real bad mood the rest of the afternoon.
Really?
Because then we went and we saw Obsession, which is going to be my topic for today. I haven't slept much these past 2 off days.
That's tough, man.
Yeah. How about you? What's going on in your world?
Nothing much. I got out of here and I went home and I napped immediately. Yeah. Right. We talked for an hour and then it's like, well, I gotta lay down. This is too much.
The 64-ounce iced coffee didn't. I thought I was gonna crash after the episode. I did not. I crashed around 5:00.
It's tough. What time did you go to the movies?
7:30. It was not good. Even today, I woke up. I slept like. I think I slept like 10 hours, and I still feel like I need to go back to sleep. It's just it's going to be one of those weeks, bud. It's going to be one.
So our topics for the week, though, you were going to do Obsession.
Yep.
Which I'm very excited to hear about.
Yep.
I was going to talk about Spiderman Noir.
Which I did not watch. That's probably what I should have watched yesterday.
The new show on Amazon Prime. And then do you have a third topic?
We were going to do the pros and cons of living on Long Island.
Right.
And Tony, I would like you to chime in on this one because you owe us for your episode because we were going to... Yeah. That'll be our third.
That sounds good.
Yep.
Do you want to start with Obsession?
Yes. Okay. I got buzz about this movie. I've seen it more as memes on Instagram and Facebook, and it's one of those things I didn't know what it was really from. And a coworker said to me that she went with her husband to go see it, and she said it was very, very good.
I think it's the #1 movie in the country right now.
Yes.
It's beating a Star Wars movie.
Which is tanking hard.
Yeah.
Tanking real hard.
I wanted to talk about that for a little bit.
Yeah, we could go into that as well. It was a weird one because we went to see it on it was Monday, on a Monday night, and it was a sold out. We got the last 2 tickets. I have mixed feelings about it because I feel that movies have a trajectory, like a pattern, where for an extended period of time, whether it's 5 years or 10 years, they all kind of follow the same formula for like what they're doing in that time for that generation. And then some,
especially these kind of horror movies,
absolutely horror,
will go up and down and follow trends and stuff.
Yes, and then like there's been movies that are similar to this, not plot wise, but like Blair Witch was like a revolutionary movie.
Yeah,
in,
and, right. And then you couldn't get away from found footage movies for a decade.
Exactly. This one doesn't change in the way it was shot, filmed, or written. I feel that it did comedy horror very well.
Oh, really? It's funny?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Because the trailer doesn't look funny.
It does not. And that's kind of the unsettling part of the movie is I'm going to give the plot, okay? All I knew about it, and I recommend for people to go and do not look into the movie at all because the main character is a scraggly-looking white dude, and they pan in on him in the opening scene, and he's crying, and his cat is dead. And then he goes and he's speaking to his friend, and he's doing this whole speech, and he's pretending to speak to this girl, Nikki, and he's telling her that he loves her and the reasons why. And then they cut to his best friend, who's like the comic relief in a lot of the movie in this. And like you could see that they were just practicing him telling her that he has feelings for her. Now, the first 3 minutes of the movie, you're assuming that the main character, the guy, is going to be the one who is obsessed. And there is that back and forth, who is the one who's really obsessed. But the girl is a very beautiful actress. I would love to know her name. She plays Nikki.
All right, that's one of the you were talking about seeing memes online. That's the meme I keep seeing is like the most unrealistic thing about this movie is that these two are hooking up.
Yes,
and it's a picture of her looking gorgeous, and then it's him in like his work uniform.
The problem is with him though. He's also like I get what they're doing. One of the flaws of it is. You could see he's a good-looking dude, but they actively tried to it was one of those things where they do it an actor like, all right, we got to make him look uglier. Let's rough up his hair a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
we're gonna give him Jim Halpert hair.
Yes, exactly that. We're gonna make his apartment dark. You know. So the plot of it is, she loses a necklace. He's obviously in the friend zone, so he goes to this like a store very similar to like Utopia, a head shop that sells like crystal necklaces and stuff. And he stumbles upon this little box. It's Make-A-Wish, and you got to crack a stick, and it happens. The first funny part of it is the woman working at the store was just like, he's like, do these actually like work? And she's like, yeah, they work. And then like people come in and complain about it, you know? And then he's like, well, what do they complain about? She's like, oh, no, nothing. And that's basically the way it starts. And he cracks it, and you're on the journey from there. I don't want to ruin too much about it because I do want people to see it. And I kind of have been spoiler alerting Euphoria a lot over the past 3 weeks. I didn't realize I was doing that until people messaged me on Instagram and said like I ruined the past 2 episodes. So I'm not talking about Euphoria until next week. But overall, the acting was very, very good because she's so terrifying in some spots in this movie and then breaks it and gives you comic relief for like a tenth of a second. And then goes back to being terrifying. She's amazing. I really think she's the whole movie in terms of the act. The other two actors in it are just playing very baseline parts in terms of what. But I believe she really was cast very, very well for it. The other weird thing about this movie, the one famous person in it, because it is an indie movie, and he's in the movie for probably 29 seconds, and then you see him in the credits that he was executive producer, is Andy Richter.
Really?
From Conan O'Brien. He knocks it out of the park in this. I gave the movie, if we were doing like a 0 through 10 scale, I would put it at like a high 8.
Really?
Entertaining. It's not going to be a movie that you rewatch over and over and over again. I think it's going to be one of those ones that has like a cult following later on that brings back, have you ever seen Obsession? But it is going to be one of those ones that I fear.
Right. It would be this girl might end up being a big deal and be like, oh, did you ever see her first movie?
She's absolutely going to be a big deal. Yeah. I'm just worried. I like the way they did this movie. I don't want the Blair Witch effect of 10 more years of movies that are like this, though, you know? Like, it's done well, and it should be. Maybe we get a few more that have a similar, like... I like comedy in my horror because, like, all the horror I really watch, and I think you'll agree on this, there were a lot of funny aspects of it that people aren't really supposed to laugh at. But this, they give you reasons to laugh on purpose, and they do it very, very well. There's a scene, I'll talk about a few scenes in it. There's a scene where the first time, like, they're laying in bed together and they're sleeping together, she insists on cuddling, okay? But whenever he, like, turns to get up, okay, she just screams out of nowhere. She screams out of nowhere, stay.
I'm just lowering because you're blocking the moneymaker.
Oh, thank you, Tony, thank you. She screams, stay, which is amazing. They do a lot of weird stuff where... I do feel the movie was shot a little too dark, but once again, it was an indie movie.
Yeah. It seems to just be a movie thing these days, too. For whatever reason, they're mixing the I feel like they're editing it to be really dark.
Yeah.
In a lot of movies now.
Yeah. Jess and me, seeing it with your significant other is very important too. I feel it is a metaphor for relationships, a lot of this thing, because as a guy, why I think they cast a woman perfect to this role. As the movie progresses, you're sitting there and you're thinking, like in the beginning, you're like, okay, I could deal with that. I could deal with that. Oh, fuck, I'd have to stop right there.
Right, where you draw the line?
Yeah. Like when we were leaving the theater, I like to play jokes on my girlfriend or my friends just in general. Not pranks, but more of like social interactions where I'm the person. The joke is always on me. I make myself look like the loser in whatever social joke I do. My favorite thing I used to do, my partner, when I worked as an EMT, Jacqueline, was a very quiet girl. So I would pretend whenever we got in the elevator with the stretcher, if there was ever more people who came into the elevator going down a floor, I would play a character. I would play a guy who was getting broken up with or got cheated on. So I would just start like complaining, like, why do we have to see other people though? Why? And she was so quiet that she played. Yeah. She's just awkward. So it was always like a good thing. So after we saw this movie, me and Jess were walking out and the crowd is funneling into the aisle and walking out. And right when we hit the doors, when you're all clustered and you're waiting for the door to open up there, I just said, I was like, I really think we need, like, I think this is over. I think we're done. She got very mad and stormed off, but everyone was laughing. Everyone thought it was a fucking great bit. I thought it was great. Overall, I probably would have suffered with this woman. I probably would have dated her for 5 more years. Overall, great movie. I would recommend people seeing it. See it in the theaters over seeing it. I'm waiting for it on Prime.
Really?
It's a because I felt it was a movie that, like, I laughed at a lot of parts that, like, the crowd was laughing at different spots, which made you then laugh at different spots.
Yeah.
Which is
horror is always funny that way, that you kind of want to see it with a crowd.
Yes, I do agree.
Right, especially like that kind of horror, like
yes,
any kind of kind of goofy horror movie, whatever.
I wouldn't.
Not goofy, but you know what I mean. Like,
this realm also dives into, like, it's horror, but it's not classic horror. Like, I wouldn't recommend this. One of my coworkers is very into horror to a point where, like, he wears a hat from, like, a 1970s horror movie, and I knew
which one.
I don't know that. I couldn't tell you offhand what it is. It's so obscure that I lied to him and I told him, I was like, "Oh my god, that's
like Straw Dogs or something." Last House on the Left.
It's a little below Last House on the Left. Like, really? You're right. Yeah. But he loves those kind of horror movies, and like, I don't know if he would like this one. I don't.
Okay, so all right, so maybe I was getting the wrong vibe from the trailer entirely.
No,
because I thought it was going to be sort of straight horror.
It has a lot of jump scares, but jump scares in a sense, it's more psychological horror, I would say, in a way. Okay,
interesting.
Yeah. Overall, once again, high 8s. I highly recommend it.
What theater did you see it at?
I love AMC Levittown. Once again, it's kind of also sad too. I would like to talk about. I think movie theaters are on their way out, and I think people know they're on their way out. Blockbuster, a big sign Blockbuster was closing. I felt that once they started selling novelty items, posters, coffee mugs, that stuff.
Right, it was when GameStop started selling Funko Pops.
Funko Pops, yeah. Once you have Funko Pops, your business is going down the toilet.
Yeah.
AMC was doing that. They had a whole row of like $80 like items, and like, of course, I wanted to buy them.
Was it like popcorn stuff, or is
no? It's a lot of like novelty stuff for your room and stuff. A lot of candle holders. They had like a lot, T-shirts they were selling for different. I get the premise of it. You could see that like a board got together and like, you know what, we could sell T-shirts from the movie that's just coming out. But who's going to buy a T-shirt from a movie that they haven't seen yet either? That's the other thing, you know? Like, I wasn't going to buy an Obsession shirt on my way in to go see it, you know? But the thing that scared...
That's an interesting idea, I guess. Like, the idea of buying a shirt, like you went to go see a concert and you might buy a shirt for the band that you saw or something. Like, oh, I really like this movie, I'm going to buy a shirt.
Yeah, but you're not doing it on your way in, though. You know what I'm saying? It's a different field in that way. But the thing that scared me about this theater was they made 4 aisles around the concessions just for this. And the last movie we saw there was probably... I'm trying to think what movie we saw... I would say 6 months ago we saw a movie. I'm going to just pin it to that, and it was really set up well. It's all gone now.
Really?
Yeah. So, that's I don't know. Movie theaters, like, I really don't want them to go, you know. And part of me is like, if bowling alleys have stayed open,
movie theaters
can stay. Don't take it from me.
Yeah, yeah, it's tough. Like, I don't know. But like, I never want to go to the theaters.
It's
Like,
fucking expensive.
And I fucking love the movies.
I do too. It's fucking You've gone on your own, which when you've told me that, I think the last 2 movies we've talked about, you said you saw in the theater by yourself.
Yeah, I go to the movies by myself most of the time now, I think.
Which makes sense when somebody explains it to you, but I've never seen a movie by myself. I've never seen, and Brendan has done that too, and you have. And then when I think about it, I'm like, oh, like, hey, we're not talking in here. There's no reason to really bring somebody.
Yeah, well, like, it is always nice to talk to somebody about the movie afterwards. But I don't know. So now I have a podcast.
Yeah, we end up doing that anyway.
Like, but just coordinating with other people to like, what time do you want to go to the movies or whatever. I love to be able to go to the movies at like 1:30 in the afternoon. Just like no one's around. You know?
They fucking put a sale up in the advertisements in the beginning where it's like the AMC Club. And it's like $5 a ticket, but you have to buy like 4 tickets a week. And just quietly said to me, she goes, "It would be a lot to come here 4 times during the week." I'm like, it's a lot.
4 is a lot.
I'm worn out from fucking 1. Dude, it cost me $86, 2 tickets, and then we got a number 2, which is a big bag of popcorn, cookie dough bites, Reese's, and 2 drinks. And I stole the slushie. I didn't pay for the slushie. I never pay for the slushie.
That's why the movie theater's going out of business.
That's
like, why they're selling Funko Pops.
That's an Applebee's meal. Like it really is. Like me and her could have gone to a high end fast food restaurant for $86 and gotten alcohol.
Right. And I always do if I start doing the math where it's like you spend that kind of money for a movie, which maybe is 2 hours.
Yeah.
Like I'll buy a video game for the same amount of money that'll last me 100 hours or something.
I never thought about that until you just said it.
Well, just think about like entertainment per dollar or something. Yeah. Like it's just. I mean, the 4 movies a week. There's not 4 movies coming out.
Are they putting out 4 fucking movies a week?
Right. I don't think so.
Now to get into this other subtopic here, I've been seeing online they've been ripping the Star Wars movie apart.
Yeah.
What have you seen in terms of this?
Just that it's not very good. Like it's like 3 episodes of the show put together. Well, I mean, just the state of Star Wars in general. Like, there's a Star Wars movie in theaters. I'm not going to see it. Like that's, I think that's.
Is this the first one you haven't seen in theaters?
I think so.
The last one I remember seeing with you, we saw.
Yeah, this is the first one since Rise of Skywalker. So
no. We saw the one in between, the gap one.
We saw Solo together.
Solo together, yes, which was surprisingly
good, really good. And that bombed.
Bombed. But
yeah, I mean, Rise of Skywalker was just so bad that it kind of killed it for a while.
Do you think we're going to see, because we've seen it with Marvel and we've seen it with DC, do you think we're going to see a reboot? The first reboot of Star Wars is going to happen?
There's been rumors that that's what they're going to do. That they're going to do like a multiverse thing where it's like those last 3 movies with Rey and everything like didn't happen, and then it's not Star Wars anymore.
Yeah,
I mean, it's weird. Like I don't care anymore.
Your tone there. That's when a reboot's coming. When you stop caring, generally, that's
but a reboot would not interest me again. Oh, I mean, I don't know if they play that dun-dun music and stuff. I'll probably be back.
Yeah, I felt it was unnecessary to make a Mandalorian movie like.
Well, so that was the other thing I've heard is that it doesn't seem like they had like a story they really wanted to tell.
Like kind of forced.
That they kind of just made a movie.
Okay.
But like so much of it's like Dave Filoni, the guy who did like Clone Wars and Rebels and stuff.
Okay.
That's exactly how I feel. I have no interest in his
lore.
Vision of like we're gonna put Ahsoka in everything and like.
Favreau's not involved in this one?
He is involved.
Is he directing or he's just producing?
I don't know. I think he's just producing, but I'm not. Okay. I don't know who directed it. He probably directed it.
Yeah,
but like the plot involves them going to save like Jabba's son, who was a plot point in one of Filoni's other movies that they put out. So it's like his whole like world, and I can't bring myself to care.
No, I concur on that one. Okay. Overall, so go see Mandalorian and Guru. Guru, what's his name?
Goguru?
I called him Goku the other night. Yeah, I mean, that's
Mandalorian versus Goku I would watch.
Yes. So speaking into going into movies, we did a double movie topic here. Okay.
Okay.
I do want to hear. I am excited to see because we both have a love for Nicolas Cage. You made me love Nicolas Cage. Before we do discuss this, I saw something online about Nicolas Cage that I found really interesting. Usually on Instagram, Instagram is a big Keanu Reeves hub for love. Like I see a lot of how great he is as a person and everything like that. Nicolas Cage, I didn't know this one. He went bankrupt twice. Okay. He doesn't believe money's a real thing, which
So it sounds like them.
it sounds like Nicolas Cage. He got into philanthropy to an addictive level, they said.
Good for him.
Where he was paying for, he was just giving money to everybody. He was paying for cancer treatments. He was donating money. And his manager told him to stop doing it, and he told him no. So this is how cool he is, too. Like, he's had people, like, run into him later in life who have, like, they're like, oh, my daughter, you paid for her leukemia treatment. And, like, he does it for, like, that moment, like, those stellar moments. And, like, he then ended, this was right after, like, National Treasure. And then, like.
Well, when he kind of got that reputation for doing a lot of crap.
Yeah.
Because he didn't have any money left. And so he started, like, just picking up roles, right?
Yeah. Which made me love the guy a lot more. And then he just goes, all right, let's make another movie. It's not like a big deal. And he's just a very cool person. I watched a lot of interviews with him where, like, you're not laughing at him. He's the only person that, like, you're not laughing at him, you're laughing with him, but it's still kind of at him. Like, the way he responds to questions. He's just a very unique individual, which is why I'm excited about Spiderman Noir, which it's on my list to watch. I should have watched it yesterday. But tell me how you feel about the first 2 episodes already.
It's really good.
It is good.
Yeah. I mean, it's really good. Nicolas Cage is doing all right, just to set it up. The whole show came from the Into the Spider-Verse and Across the Spider-Verse, like, cartoon movies, where Spider-Man Noir, he's like Spider-Man from the Great Depression, showed up to, like, help Miles or whatever. But Nicolas Cage voiced that character in those movies. And I guess they just had so much fun with it that they were like, hey, you want to, like, do something else? And Nicolas Cage just said, yeah absolutely.
I have a million cancer treatments to pay for.
So I had assumed that it was going to be another movie, but now it's a show.
I didn't know it was a show until you told me when we were walking in the car yesterday.
Yeah. Right, and I had found out, like, four days before or something. And I thought it was going to be a cartoon, but it's live action. Mm-hmm. So they shot it in black and white, and then... But Nicolas Cage had a funny interview where he was talking about they don't think Gen Z's people will watch black and white, so they made it into Technicolor.
Okay.
So like like Wizard of Oz or something, like they took the black and white movie and turned it into color, and so, like, it's, like, oversaturated, like the colors are strange, so it looks like an old movie.
Yeah.
And Nicolas Cage plays Ben Reilly.
Okay.
Instead of Peter Parker.
Yep.
And he's it starts out with he's retired being Spider-Man because his the woman he loves died, and he's not interested in being the Spider anymore.
Okay.
And so he's running, like, a private investigation. He's, like, doing, like, like cheating spouses, like taking photos and stuff. And very quickly in the first episode he's getting wrapped up in, like, very typical, like, noir stuff. The big gangster in New York.
Very LA Confidential stuff.
The mayor, that kind of vibe. And he's doing... It's not quite like, see? But it's right on
just enough?
Right on the edge.
Okay.
And it's fantastic.
Yeah, my fear was just end this for me right now. And if it is, it's fine. I'll still watch it. Because of the Into the Spider-Verse and that universe, my fear was that they were going to do that you only see Nicolas Cage in the first 5 minutes and then the rest is a cartoon. Is that what this is?
No. The whole thing is...
It's not he puts on the mask and then he turns in... It's... How much is cartoon? How much is Nicolas Cage?
I think it's all Nicolas Cage. I imagine when has the mask on, it probably is CG.
Okay.
But it's CG when it's Tom Holland too. Like they don't... Or
how do I say? Back to Mandalorian.
It's not
Mandalorian heavy. Okay, no, that's not what I meant.
Like Mando, where it's like, he puts on the mask,
and it's the whole episode where he has the mask on. You get what I'm saying?
There's 8 episodes.
Yep.
I've watched 2 of them.
Yep.
That hasn't happened yet. I imagine, But like, it's also Spider-Man, so you want to see Spider-Man at some point, right?
I get you, motherfucker, but I just don't want it Mandalorian heavy. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's still a Nicolas. You feel it's a Nicolas Cage.
It's
thing.
very much a Nicolas Cage
then that's
vehicle.
Yeah.
He's in almost every scene.
Okay.
He's.
Sorry, I called you a motherfucker.
No, that's okay.
I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos where just a prank where people walk up to.
You're obsessed with pranking people. You keep bringing up pranks. I'm really scared that you're
turn into a prank guy.
You're gonna turn into a prank guy.
Yeah, you're getting shocked. The chair's gonna shock you. But I've just been watching videos of people who go up to people who work at like Walmart and they say very politely like, "Hey, how you doing, motherfucker?" And they keep calling them motherfucker in the line, and people get angry and angry and angry. It's triggering, but I laugh uncontrollably.
Do you remember we used to work with a guy at the deli that would do that to people?
Yes.
At the register, I'd be like, "Oh, can I get you anything else, motherfucker?"
Yep. Yes.
But I never saw anyone react to it. Just,
Yes.
Hey, motherfucker, what do you want?
This
Tomatoes? Oh yeah, no problem.
Yes. So you're in 2. You're at 2 episodes, right?
Yeah. And so it's Nicolas Cage is Ben Reilly, which. So one of the things I read about that they made him Ben Reilly instead of Peter Parker because apparently there's like legal stuff between like Disney and Sony that like Peter Parker isn't allowed to smoke on camera, right?
Ben Reilly can.
So to get around that, they're like, we'll just make this character Ben Reilly.
Is Peter Parker the Spiderman Noir in the comics?
I believe so.
Really?
Yeah. He's a Peter in the Spider-Verse movies.
Could you see them connecting? Are they going to bring him into this fold, do you think?
Well, so he already... I don't... It might be the same character, because Nicolas Cage plays him in the Spider-Verse cartoon.
Is that canon, though, with Tom Holland's as well? You see what I'm saying?
Right. I mean... yeah. Well, because it's a multiverse thing, it's all canon, right? Like,
I guess so, yeah. Like the thing with Tom Hardy, too. Like, they brought him in at the end of the last Spider-Man, and now we don't know if that's ever happening.
I don't think that's happening.
But he was in the end of the last Spider-Man.
He was, yeah. But I think they just threw him in there.
Tom Hardy's also at a point in his career where I think he's cash grabbing a lot of places and causing a lot of problems. You want to go into another topic here?
Is he just doing a Nicolas Cage thing, or
he's very much doing it? They're very similar individuals. I think,
but they're both very much people that I'll watch whatever they're doing, despite like the quality of whatever they're in.
So I watched. We haven't even talked about this. Here we go. Top secret topic here. Super secret topic. Have you watched Mobland on Paramount?
No,
Plus?
I haven't.
Okay. Wow, we don't have enough time for this one. All right, so Taylor Sheridan, who produces Yellowstone, and now he owns Paramount, and his whole universe is the Paramount universe.
Right. Does he do Outlander too, or is that a separate thing?
I can't tell you definitively yes or no if he does.
Right, because he does
if
Yellowstone.
If it's on Paramount Plus, it's probably because
he does Yellowstone, and then he does 1856 or whatever, right? The year, and now they're doing the new Wyoming Ranch show.
I just started that one too. Okay, so we're gonna get into this.
Everyone's watching these shows.
This was in my notes for like 3 weeks ago, and I didn't talk about it. I'm so happy you brought this up. Here we go. So Taylor Sheridan took over the world, which I kind of admire him. He's a very strong-willed person. Like he knows his place, and no, honest to God, get ready. He's fought for himself in a lot of spots, and he ends up winning. It could have been the wrong decision, but he won. Like he was an actor on Sons of Anarchy. He played the sheriff on Sons of Anarchy.
Okay.
He demanded more screen time for his character, so they killed him off. So most people would just roll over and die. He decided to write movies. He wrote Wind River, which got nominated that year, and it was with Jeremy Renner, and it did very well. Then he was like the big hot thing writer, so he ended up working for Paramount. He has his universe. Like, ready? I'm going to fire off his universe, which are all connected, all the stories. Tulsa King.
Tulsa King's involved in this?
Get ready, dude! It blew my mind when somebody told me. Ready? Tulsa King. Not Syriana, the fake Syriana, the girl hunter, the girl CIA girl. Wow, I sound like fucking Rain Man. Girl.
Not
Mayor of Kingstown, Yellowstone, U.S. Marshals, Dutton Ranch, 1856, the Lioness with My Girl. That's the show with Zoe Zadana.
Oh yeah,
that's what.
Okay.
Oh, thank God, that felt so much better that I got that one there. Sicario. Anything he's written, they're all intertwined. Those stories.
Not Sicario, the
movie,
the Antonio, not Antonio. Banderas.
Shame on you.
Shame on me. Benicio del Toro.
Yes. Sicario 2.
What?
They're all in the same universe. Okay.
So there's a possibility of like a Tyler Sheridan, like Avengers.
Taylor Sheridan.
Where
No, that's what's happening,
where, like,
motherfucker.
Benicio del Toro, Sly Stallone, and like Kevin Costner all come together and they have to fight.
That's what's happening,
The reservation
motherfucker.
or something?
Yes, I'm gonna keep calling you motherfucker. They that is what's happening right now, and it's so. And I said to one of my and Mobland. Mobland is the most recent one here. I've watched all of these a season or two, and they get very repetitive. I said to,
How does he have time?
dude, he pumps out. I think he's also.
He's like Stephen King. He's just
Yes.
He's just.
The other thing, I think he also picks people. He's gotten to the point now where he writes like the first few episodes and then he hires somebody to continue on, which is a lot what they do. There's no way he'd be able to eat a meal and write 9 TV shows. But to connect it back to Tom Hardy, I watched Mobland only because Tom Hardy was on it. Okay, and Taylor Sheridan has a way of writing crime in a way that I feel like a 13-year-old boy would think that like gangsters live their life. Okay, like. Every topic he writes, I don't think he's well versed in it, but I think he knows just enough to like trick the American public, basically.
All right, it's more entertaining than it's not.
There is no real meat and potatoes to it. It's all it's all entertainment. But Mobland season 1, I watched. Tom Hardy's great on it. Pierce Brosnan plays a bizarre fucking character. He's like the leader of the Irish English crime family. It is. Oh, God. It's so hard to describe because it has so many great actors, but they're very campy in it. Like, it was almost like he was trying to do, like, because Guy Ritchie produces it, but it was almost like they were pushing, like, all right, we're doing Guy Ritchie style now. It's Taylor Sheridan still, but it's a Guy Ritchie style of, like, and it is bizarre. Overall, I would never watch that first season again. They shot the second one, but the rumor is Tom Hardy was so frustrating to work with that they shot the show and then they let him know, like, hey, just so you know, you're signed for 3. We're not doing 3 with their biggest star on the show.
Yeah.
A lot of the rumors are coming in that, and I think it's just because of the way the world is working right now, that Tom Hardy was too pro-Palestine on the set of the fucking second season.
On the set.
On the set of the second, which sounds like it just sounds like people are making it a political thing. I highly doubt it, but I have heard that Tom Hardy is hard to work with. Like, one of my favorite movies is Mad Max Fury Road, and apparently him and Charlize Theron like had a fist fight.
Yeah,
like they were brawling.
They're sitting next to each other in the car for like the whole movie, and like they couldn't talk to each other.
Apparently, there was more dialogue, folks. Just so you know, but overall,
I forgot about that story because I was gonna say I hadn't really heard that much about Tom Hardy being hard to work with, but
yeah. And now they're making it in Israel. They always find a way to make it Israel Palestine, but because the main actress on it, the one who plays Pierce Brosnan's wife,
did you think that's what Tom Hardy and Charlize Theron were arguing about?
That was it. It was the start of this whole problem, this whole goddamn Israel thing. It was Tom Hardy and Charlize Theron. I would love for her to get angry at me. I would love. She's definitely a lot taller than me, right?
Yeah, I think she might be taller than me.
Really?
I think she's.
You think she's over 6 foot?
I think she's like 6 foot.
Tony, please. I didn't ask you to Google today, but that's a Google worthy point. How tall is Charlize Theron? Because Tom Hardy's probably my height, right? He's not a tall man.
No, yeah. I think. How tall are you?
5'8".
Yeah, he's probably.
I'm wearing sandals, 5'6".
Theron is 5'10".
Yeah, she put heels on. She's 6.
She's 6'2". Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Overall, yeah, that show in general, you don't need to waste your time. The other one, Paddy Constantine is on that as well, from Game of Thrones. He's been killing it lately. He's another English actor that you would know from Guy Ritchie movies. He played the king in House of the Dragon, the one who's fallen apart. You didn't watch House of the Dragon, which is
but I know that guy.
Yes, I feel it's his. There's no depth to his character really, but overall, that universe, yes.
So is this how people felt about Marvel movies? Because I was like,
yes.
you almost have me interested in it, and I'm like, I don't know if I have time for fucking 8 seasons of 7 different shows.
You don't have to watch. He does it well in the way that like you don't have to watch every show to understand it. Like they're not all connected in the sense. Like I would say 4 of them are very solidly connected. Where you have to watch Yellowstone. Yellowstone was a good show, but it wasn't as good to people like Jess loved it. A lot of like regular people. Like if you watched any crime show like The Sopranos, The Wire, The Shield, like a lot of their tropes were done already. But I think because it was on network, it was the first big great. For a while, network TV wasn't giving very much of anything, and they pumped out this great show. So much so that like the show U.S. Marshals. Okay, this is where I really got sick of it. U.S. Marshals is not a Yellowstone show. However, I feel like they wanted to do the show U.S. Marshals, so they took a character that was still alive from Yellowstone after it ended and just interjected him into the plot of U.S. Marshals. So I noticed that, and I was like, the other thing they're doing, and you could tell Taylor Sheridan offered the roles to Tom Hardy, the lead in U.S. Marshals and the other lead in Dutton Ranch, which are both spin-offs of Yellowstone, are both the poor man's Tom Hardy. Okay? So, all right, I'm going to tell you both roles. Ready? The guy from Prometheus, the first one who turns from the virus, okay? He got a lot of Tom Hardy's roles after Tom Hardy got really, really big, okay? The second one is the one from Suicide Squad who plays Boomerang, the Australian dude.
Oh, really? Good for him.
But then you saw that Tom Hardy took Mobland. So it was like, you could tell Taylor Sheridan was writing a Tom Hardy role in both of these, and he's like, I'm not doing that one, I'm not doing that one, I'll fucking do that one.
Right.
But I love it.
So he's been writing this Tom Hardy role, and he's like, but they probably offered it to Tom, and then
Tom says no.
And it was like, well, we have this list of guys that we sent to do afterwards.
Which also blows my mind, because could you imagine Tom Hardy in Prometheus? Great. It would have been great. He did not get along with the alien.
I imagine he was in Suicide Squad.
Oh, he did not get along with them. It's just what it is. But overall, yeah, they're very campy. And like Dutton Ranch right now is the closest one I would say to Yellowstone. But like the character Rip, Cole Hauser, Rip, yeah, he's the woman who also plays Beth is very good too. But overall, yes, that show is the only one I'm actively watching right now. I really got into Mayor of Kingstown until I realized it is the most repetitive show I've ever seen of all time. And he'd be in jail after the first episode. Like it's way too unrealistic what they let him do. But overall, yeah, that's my Paramount talk for the week. I am good. But I do want to dive into our third topic, and I would like to ask Tony to join in on this. We had such a great episode last week with Tony. Give everyone at home, give a round of applause for Tony Walker. One of our best guests so far. He's been our guest on every show. He's always the man in the corner here, the cuck in the chair. Tony Walker. We had such a good time talking about the two topics we did. We did skip mine, but I did want to get your opinion on this also at Rob's. I want to discuss...
I guess I'll chime in.
Yep. The pros and cons of growing up on this magical place we call Long Island. Some of the things that I've also talked to some people who did not grow up on Long Island to ask them some of the things that really pissed them off. I'm gonna talk about the first thing just to get the ball rolling here. We live in arguably the worst place in the world for traffic and drivers. And I think Long Islanders think that they all are good drivers and everybody else is the bad one. There is a stigma that drivers from New Jersey are terrible, which I fucking concur on that one. But have you ever been actively driving on the Meadowbrook, the LAE, any of the causeways, anything like that, and you could spot that you're driving behind somebody who is not from this state?
Yeah.
1,000%.
Yeah. Right. Anyone who uses the lanes properly and like doesn't pass on the right.
Is it properly though? That's my argument. So like when people complain about, and I haven't driven enough in other states to know this. So like a big complaint about why we are like our threshold for like how bad a driver is here. When you merge onto like, let's do the Meadowbrook here.
Right. I mean, the other part of it is that our roads are horrendous. The parkways.
They're set up terrible. You're saying?
Yeah. They're made for cars that can go 30 miles an hour.
Yes, and they were
and we're all doing 60 on them.
And they were designed by a racist. Yes. There's no. I didn't know. You know, we're the only state that a parkway you can't take a truck onto.
Yeah, because of the.
I tell people.
Bridges.
Did you know Robert Moses was a racist, Tony?
I did know that.
He was the one who ruined Robert. Well, not that he ruined. I do.
I was a huge Robert Moses fan. And then
Robert Moses guy. We could fix it by just. I don't know how many bridges they would need to just raise up though. But those bridges look like they're past their time.
Yeah, think about all the bridges over the
southern state
or and the northern state. Yeah, there'd be hundreds of bridges.
Yeah.
I've had the pleasure of driving behind one. Have you ever been stuck driving behind one? This is my favorite game where you're like, oh, they're not supposed to be on here.
And you have to see like a U-Haul or something. You're like, oh, buddy,
what are you doing? Just a distance enough to where you don't want to be involved in the action, but close enough to where you can watch it. Oh, that is one of my favorite traits in life is to do that. One of the negatives, yes, being the driving. Like when people say LA traffic is the worst in the world, it really hurts my brain because I couldn't imagine it being worse than where we live. Like how could it be worse than the southern state into the belt where it merges by JFK? How could it be worse than that? Can you? I don't. Does traffic just not move at all?
Right. My experience driving in LA is that's what it was. It just took an hour to get like 5 miles because
you're DC too.
Yeah.
DC's a disaster.
Yeah, have you ever tried to drive down 95 and just have to get like around DC? It's horrendous. You never even go into the city. You're just around it.
You want to talk about another political planner here? It was a really cool idea in the 1700s. Let's design all the streets to make it look like Masonic symbols. That'll work out great in 300 years when people are driving fucking Teslas. God damn it, that fucking place. The furthest I've driven down, I haven't. We drove to North Carolina. I don't think I cut through. Maybe I did. I don't know.
You would have had to.
Had to, right?
Or go around it or something.
Yeah, maybe I hit it at the right time, but that is my biggest con driving on Long Island. You also, for somebody who has so many jobs throughout their youth where you're driving a car, you have the patience of a Zen monk, I feel, because when I'm in the car, I'm a lot angrier than you are. You have a lower.
You can't be angry.
I'm angry all.
You have to let it go.
We left here yesterday,
Yeah,
and I got angry for a reason. It didn't impact my day too much, but yesterday was a Monday. Okay?
It was.
Okay. Have you noticed that in this parking lot, okay, when we are leaving, okay,
Yeah.
there are actively groups of children that are hanging out here because the school is supposed to be going on right now.
Right.
They're playing basketball at the corner where there's no hoop. Have you noticed that?
Yes.
What are they doing? The ball rolls in front of the car. I hit them. I'm the bad guy. But they're not in school. Why is this parking lot like the
why are these kids in school?
I'm being serious though.
They have open campus. You didn't have open campus in Carl Place?
No.
Yeah, we did.
Do those
What's
words,
open campus?
You don't even know what that is?
When
No.
we were allowed to leave for lunch.
Yeah.
That kid was not leaving for fucking lunch. That kid has been there since we were there. Shame on you guys.
Yeah, we were here for an hour and a half.
Why are
We
you
had
bringing
two
the
periods.
They had no backpacks. They had no books. Those kids were ruffians. They were
Ruffians.
Yes.
How old are you?
Why are they hanging out in a back parking? Also, yeah.
Well, you know, in all seriousness, it might be. Is it final time? Maybe so. Maybe they're taking a final.
Are
and
we
then
close
coming
to
out?
the end?
Yeah, it's June.
Oh, it's June.
That's true.
So maybe they
I'm an
took
old man.
Maybe they took a final and then they're letting.
Tony
off
has
some
no
steam.
problem with kids getting hit by cars, ladies and gentlemen. That's the
Oh, I hate kids.
that would piss me. They were playing. They were passing the basketball back and forth to each other, and I stopped and I broke.
I'm trying to drive here.
I'm trying to drive and text my friend how ridiculous this is right now.
Child labor. That's all
Yeah.
they're good for.
But yes, that's my biggest negative is the driving.
Is the
on
kids.
Long Island. One of the pros, which is also a con here, I wanted to discuss. Because we grew up in Long Island, we grew up with a false sense of, because everything is so centered around, like we grew up in Westbury Car Place. We're right in the epicenter of, we have Roosevelt.
The hub.
The hub. Everything is right. We grew up in an area where everything is right next to you.
Yes.
So traveling, and this is why I think a lot of people from Long Island lose their minds when they move to other places in the world. They can't handle it. Like, when I went down to Florida for a visit, they drove the person I was going to see. They're like, oh, they drove 25 minutes to go to the supermarket.
I stayed at Airbnb in Connecticut, and the closest Stop and Shop was half an hour, and I couldn't fucking believe it.
And it's no problem to them. Like, that's just a regular day for them.
I know one of our friends that moved to Tennessee.
Okay.
It's 40 minutes to go to Walmart, and so they do it once a week.
Crazy.
I was like, how? How do you live like this?
But then I get it. Like, it's great that we grew up here and all this stuff was, everything's in a 5-minute range. Everything.
Yeah.
But
then I also spend the rest of my life just trying to avoid Old Country Road.
Old Country
I
Road.
spend all my time trying to avoid that
yes.
area.
Yes. What what are some we'll start with Tony. What do you feel is a con? What is your biggest pet peeve about living on Long Island? Did I steal the number one probably?
No, well, it's kind of related. You mentioned the traffic, but and I'll be honest, I think it's an age thing. I can't stand everybody being so mad. Like you even mentioned, road rage. Like I do think it's age. When I was in my 20s, yeah, I was yelling, but now the guy cut me off. I curse myself for a minute, but then I make a point to not look at the guy. Like people feel better. Somebody cut you off, and you have to give them the Maloika as you pass them. Like for some reason that makes you feel better, just to see who it was.
Well, sometimes you just need to see.
I think
Right, but that's what I mean. Like I've made a point. I don't look, and it's made a difference. It totally has made a difference. All right, he cut me off. Son of a bitch. I got that out of my system, and I just keep on, and I don't look, and that helps
and
me.
you don't take that with you the rest of the day.
But that's how it's helped me. It hasn't affected my mood. Is still good, and yeah, I don't take it with me. I've forgotten all about it.
I take it with me for a while.
That's what I'm saying. I don't. That's all I do. Just don't look at the guy.
You know what? I just went to therapy before the podcast, and Tony just did more groundbreaking work for me than my therapist has done.
Unless she's hot, then
That's
of course
true.
you're looking. But even then you don't even mind that she cut you off because she's hot.
Yeah,
There is a thing with Long Islanders being angry. Like somebody said to me this week.
They were a little high strung.
Somebody said to me this week, and it stuck with me. Shows you that maybe he's right. He said you were the angriest person I've ever met. Mind you, I took it as I was like, then you've grown up in you have a lot of nice people around you because I'm not that angry. Until we were walking away, and my the person who was with me for the rest of the day, very good, right? He said to me, he goes, "Wow, you're really angry about that comment." I'm like, yeah, who the fuck is he to say I'm angry? But it is true. There is a thing. You could spot famous people who are from Long Island because of that reputation as well. Like Kevin Connolly from Entourage. He's notorious for getting into like fights at bars and stuff like that. And it's because he's a little angsty guy from fucking Levittown who throws punches. And apparently he's actually a really good fighter for being 5'3", 5'4".
No, he has experience. He's been fighting his whole life.
Yeah. So you tell me there is hope. Eventually, maybe I will calm down.
For you, I doubt it.
I doubt
there
it.
is
It's
hope
just
for
the way it is.
People.
But overall, we are in anger. I think because we're not also a borough and we're not from the city, that we have that younger brother mentality. I feel everyone has the younger brother, redhead stepchild attitude of being a New Yorker here. You know, like it's a different type of person.
Yeah,
like you're not
you're a New Yorker for everyone else in the world compared, but like you're not really a New Yorker. Like
I think we're more of New Yorkers than people from Westchester are.
Well,
yes.
Yeah,
and anywhere north of there.
Yes. I've made that mistake where you ever tell somebody from Westchester, like, oh, you're from upstate, and they get very fucking angry. If you go over the Throgs Neck Bridge, you are upstate. You're like 10 minutes from Albany in my head. That's the way it goes.
Anywhere in the Hudson Valley, yeah.
Yes. Yeah. What's your biggest pet peeve?
I think it's so I had a manager when I was like 17, Craig, and he was from like Minnesota.
Okay.
And I remember him telling me, he was like, Long Island really sucks because if you want to do anything, you have to go into the city. Like, there's not much to do. Like, Long Island, it's shopping and your house. Like, that's it.
I feel that was a thing 10 years prior to now. I believe people have gotten so angry that they've brought, I think our restaurants are better than they've ever been on Long Island now. I feel more have opened up, and I believe there's more thing to do, but I from somebody who goes into the city 4 times a day, I think there's a time in your life where you go into the city regularly.
Yeah, that's true. Right, because it's such a pain to do it. It's just like, I'm over it. I'm not doing it anymore. I have to be going to like the garden or like a reason to be going.
I was supposed to go into the city 2 weeks ago on my day off, and I knew on Friday I wasn't going to do it because I didn't have the mental strength to do it. Not the physical. I was fine. I felt great. But I just knew on my day off the last thing I wanted to do was to hop on the train at Mineola and then transfer at Jamaica and then get into the city to maybe have 45 minutes of quality time to then think about, all right, I got to start planning my way back. I don't want a Lord of the Rings challenge every single time I'm going into the best city in the world. But overall, I think that is... Long Island has gotten better in terms of it's not all just strip malls anymore. They are disappearing.
Yeah.
But... I mean, it's going to change even more drastically in the next 20 to 32 also.
Right, it's becoming more and more like the city. You go to Mineola. Mineola looks like Queens.
They're pushing it.
Most of Nassau looks like Queens, in my opinion.
They want us living in condos that we rent. Oh, I'm getting political here. The man, the machine. They want us living and renting in condos and putting our stuff into storage units and then continuing the end of our life in assisted livings and keeping our stuff in storage to then pass down to people that are, that's really what they don't want you owning land. First of all, everyone's getting priced out of Long Island right now.
Yeah, that's probably the worst thing about Long Island. It is how expensive it is.
And one older guy said to me, because I was still talking about buying a house, and a guy I commute with on the train every day, and I said, he goes, like, what are you doing for saving and stuff like that? I'm like, I explained a few plans, and I go, I really just can't wait for the housing market to get better. And he hit me with such a simple point, and like it ruined the rest of my fucking day. He goes, oh, when has it gotten better? And I'm like, oh, fuck me, it's not going to get better.
It's, but what's different now, and I'm going to rain on your parade even more, because Long Island, like you just said, Long Island used to be known as the high taxes, high house prices. But waiting for it to lower, now other parts of the country are now catching up. I was in Florida last August talking to a girl that worked at the hotel I was staying at. This girl went on and on about how expensive it's gotten there. She originally was from Pennsylvania, but now she has set up roots and her home in Florida. But she said if she didn't have roots there now, she would get out. Yeah. It's gotten so expensive that I think she was working 3. It was at least 2, but I think it was 3 jobs just to survive.
Yeah.
And she threw some numbers at me that were even very comparable to here.
Really?
Yeah. And then I heard the same thing about various parts of North Carolina.
Right, all the places that New Yorkers are going to,
All
right?
the transplanted New Yorkers, right. And even parts of California. But the difference is, and I guess this is, I'm going pro Long Island. I love it here. I know it's a dump. I know it's expensive, but I freaking love it.
I do, too.
I do feel that there's endless things to do on Long Island.
Yep.
I love it. I don't ever want to go anywhere. Where North Carolina, a lot of people, again, transplanted New Yorkers, but they go down there, they have to travel 45 minutes, not just for Walmart, but for anything. Plus, a lot of these developments are being developed, so you don't know what it's going to turn into.
Yep.
Yeah.
I know one girl that, she went down there years ago. Now it's shit where it's a shitty area where she is.
Yep.
And she's miserable.
Yep.
Yeah.
I know
Right,
plenty of
and you
people
can't
who
come
moved
back.
too. Well, I know plenty of people who have moved back.
Really?
I know a guy that went down. He talked about it for years, moving to Florida. He went down, him and his wife, they uprooted. Their kids were little at the time. 6 months.
Back up.
Well, made a final decision. We're going back. We can't stand it. They were back 9 months total, and they were back.
That is the point. As much as Long Islanders complain and bitch and moan about how much they hate it here, wherever they want to move, then they complain that it's not fucking Long Island.
Yeah.
Right.
Meanwhile, if you live in Jupiter, Florida, or like South Carolina is becoming this as well, it's just becoming a lot of the New Yorkers that were just kicked out of here. You know what I'm saying? It's just they were also talking about legislation for Nassau County, which to try and help the housing market here. There was a house off Front Street down there that burnt down in a fire. The family moved. The bank bought the house, and then they're making the McMansion law that they don't want to, because the bank buys it and turns it into this $1.8, $2.3 million house that nobody can afford, and it just sits there. And if somebody ends up buying it, their fucking mortgage is $8,900 a month anyway, which is then raising everybody else's rates around here too. I'm very interested to see what happens with this wonderful place. Yes, I do love it here. I look at Long Island to wrap this is like a girl that you've been with for a long time. You really like fucking her, but she does like 5 or 6 things that really piss you off on your day off, but you do not want to go back into the dating market. That's the way I would sum up Long Island. And she's Italian. Yes.
I think you just called Long Island a skank.
Yes. So, on that note, ladies,
but my skank.
Yes. So, on that high note, I will close it. I would like to say this is the first time you pulled up the chat for us there. I would like to say hi to Ann. We love you, Ann.
Hi, Ann.
Ann is watching from California.
Oh, it's talk about a housing market, right?
Ann's the Harley person.
Yes,
right?
yes, correct.
Right. I mean, parts of California are supposed to be really bad. If you're anywhere near San Francisco or whatever, that housing
I've
crisis
heard it's
is
terrible,
insane.
yeah. And their governor is a worthless sack of shit, but also ours is as well. But if from what I was told, Ann, that she's a motorcycle person, if next week, I will not be here next week. We're going to be taking a break next week. I will be going for a procedure. I will be getting my hair done, which will not be documented. Wink, wink. We will. You will obviously see what I look like after. But I will be in Chicago on Tuesday for a hair transplant at the Solve Clinic. Plug. Maybe they give me a deal on that one. Give me a few extra follicles. But and if you do come back on, if you're watching another episode, I was thinking of buying an Indian motorcycle. They are on sale right now. They're showing great deals. But 2 Harley friends of mine were telling me not to do it. If you wanted to call in and we could talk about that, that is something that I'm actively looking. First thing I'm doing is getting my hairline done. Second is buying a motorcycle. I'm living the 45-year-old man's dream.
Yeah, you're getting married. You're settling right in.
Done. Yep. And then I'll find a nice place in South Carolina and bitch about it for the next 20 years. So, all right, send them off, Rob.
All right, see you later, kiddo.
See you later, bud.